So I'm just gonna be taking the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and just priming my face in all the areas that I feel like it needs to be primed. I'm trying to get in the frame. It's kind of hard. I can kind of see my reflection through the window, but I'm just priming it with that. I used the Laneige Water Bank Moisture Cream to moisturize and stuff like that. So I'm just going to let this soak in. This is what I used. Just kind of let this soak in, and I'm gonna get my brush. So Kerry Washington was obviously the cover star this month, and I started watching Scandal, you guys, and I love it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I'm on season 3, so no one tell me any spoilers. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the 125 Nude Beige and the Morphe M439 foundation brush. Hopefully this should match me since I got a fake tan last night, but the shirt like shows my chest, and sometimes I feel like my chest doesn't get as dark as the rest of my body, so guess we'll see about that. I'm just gonna be putting the foundation on the back of my hand. Almost out. Just got that much. Put it over here in case we need some more. So I just placed a really big order on Sephora, so I can't wait to haul that for you guys. I was thinking I should be getting it on Monday, and I'm filming this on the 17th, I think. Today is the 17th. Yeah, that's what I'm filming this on. I need more. So hopefully that comes in on time. I'm really kind of annoyed because I know I ordered it during the VIB Rouge, but I feel like Sephora's shipping, like, even if you are, my neighbors are leaving for school right now. I feel like even if you are a Rouge like I am, your shipping takes forever, and I'm like, please hurry it up. Like, I don't have all day to be like messing with your guys' crappy shipping. I'm gonna put some of this on my chest. Anyways, this shirt my friend Isabel got me for my birthday, and I really think it's super cute. It's just has like this huge gaping hole, and it makes me a little nervous. So I'm just gonna be applying that with this. I'm gonna switch my mirror over to the magnified side so I can see a little bit better. I hate this mirror. It's like so weird. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up closer. So now I have it. For concealer, I'm going to be going in with the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay in the shade Light Neutral. I'm just going to be putting like 3 stripes like this. One right here, one right here, one right here. You hear my sisters moving around in the background. That's them, even though I'm filming. So I'm just going to be tapping that underneath my eyes with my finger, and I prefer this method just because the warmth of my finger I feel really is nice, and it heats the concealer up and like just makes it not creepy. And I'm just gonna be tapping that out all over with my finger. And I feel like it gives a little bit more full coverage look versus using the sponge. I feel like a sponge not necessarily would soak up the product, it just like the warmth of my finger really helps, I think. So I'm just gonna be doing that. And just dragging the excess concealer kind of onto my chest area. So now my concealer is done. So now to set my concealer, I'm going to be using the Studio Makeup HD Finishing Powder. And I've recently been getting into setting it with the wet beauty sponge. So I really like that. The cool thing about this powder is it has a sifter, so it doesn't get like super messy. I mean, it's loose powder, so it's always going to get messy. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of loose powders. Like, I'm just not, even though I feel like it's really helped my setting game. So I'm just gonna bake this actually, even though I feel like it's helped with my setting game. They're so messy, I hate it. But I feel like that's the price you're gonna have to pay, you know. So I look super crazy right now, but I'm just gonna take, and I feel like I have cocaine all over myself. Obviously I don't, but I feel like I do. Just take that and use it to set a face, and then I'm just going to take the powder and kind of set it in the areas that I would normally kind of crease a little bit. So now that that's done, I'm gonna shut this powder, and I'm just gonna let that sit there for a while. So now we're gonna move on to the face. Now Kerry's face looks pretty natural because while I was reading this article, it was talking about how they were doing it in like the Sahara Desert, not the Sahara Desert, they were doing it in a desert in California. So it's pretty natural, her look was. Her makeup artist was, who was her makeup artist? Let me check. Her makeup artist was Francile Dolly, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. So congrats to her on creating this cover look. But all it really said was that Kerry was wearing Neutrogena's Healthy Vibrant Blush. I don't own that. So the next best thing I had was NARS Deep Throat. But before I do that, I'm going to be setting just my cheek area with the Makeup Forever Professional Dual Matte Powder in the shade 200. Just to make sure that my face doesn't, the powder doesn't patch. So I'm just gonna apply that right in this area, just right here. And this will add a little bit of coverage as well. Not like a ton or anything, but some. Just kind of put that right there, and then any extra powder that's on the brush, I'm just gonna kind of put the rest on my face, maybe some down on my chest. Okay, and then for blush, like I said, I'm going to be using NARS Deep Throat, and it looks a little bit like this. Well, I mean, it doesn't look a little bit like this. This is NARS Deep Throat, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to be taking, which brush should I use? Do I want to use this one? No, I feel like that's too big. Hold on, I'm kind of rummaging in my brushes, sorry. Let's just take this one. I'm going to be taking the Morphe R10 brush, and I'm just going to be taking some of that and just applying it to the apples of my cheeks. just an emotion kind of like this, just to kind of get that elongated look that Kerry had. And I'm gonna take a little bit more on this. And put it over there. So I'm watching Scandal, obviously. I'm on season 3. I think I'm Team Jake. I kind of want Melly and Fitz to be together. I know it's probably really weird, but Fitz kind of annoys me because I feel like he's a little bit of a womanizer, and that just bothers me. But you know, what are you gonna do? So now that my blush is done, sorry, I have like a horrible habit of just like bringing everything down onto my chest. My boss is leaving. My boss lives right next door to me. She just saw me putting my makeup on. Anyways, I'm gonna put that right there. So now that my blush is on, I'm gonna put that away. NARS has the weirdest names for their blushes, but I know it's shock value, but that was NARS Deep Throat. So that's all that she really had for the face, I believe. So now we're gonna do the eyes, and I'm just gonna take, I don't know, let's just take this powder brush and just kind of wipe away what was on the powder that was on the lids, basically. And it said that, like, Kerry obviously changed up her makeup look, but I'm just gonna be doing the one that was on the cover. So for the cover look, it said that she had like a transition shade that matched her skin tone and then a gold shade. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, kind of. I mean, there's not really any transition shade that really matches this type of skin tone, but I'm gonna be using ColourPop's Super Shock shadow in the shade Selfie. I believe this was created with ShanXO. It's either ShanXO or Kathleen Lights, one of the two. But yeah, this is Selfie by ColourPop. I'm just gonna be taking this on an Morphe M518 brush. Just kind of taking that, tapping off any of the excess, and then just popping that in my crease. Yeah, so I think I'm Team Jake. Like, I don't want to give any spoilers away in case someone hasn't watched it, but shit's going down right now is all I can say. Like, I can't even, like, with the whole Daniel Douglas situation that's happening right now, like, it's crazy, people. It is legit crazy, and we have a situation on our hands. I'm just gonna take a little more of that. I'm trying to think of who my least favorite character is, but I really don't have one. I mean, it maybe Fitz. I mean, I don't hate him, but I just don't really like him that much. I mean, even Olivia's dad, like, I don't think is the worst guy ever. Maybe her mom? I don't know. Olivia's mom, maybe? I don't know. I love Harrison and that girl together, even though they just, like, hooked up. I just want Harrison to be together so much. Harrison to have, like, a girlfriend. I don't really like Abby and, what's his face together. I don't really like them together. Olivia kind of annoys me too. Honestly, I know that sounds so weird, but I think I just love Melly so much that, like, what Olivia and Fitz did just pisses me off royally. Especially since, like, what happened to Melly. So, okay, so that's that shade in my crease. Selfie is now in my crease. So now, she did have, like, a gold shade. Kerry had a gold shade on her lid, so I'm going to be using Kathleen Lights by ColourPop in the Super Shock eyeshadow. Obviously, this was created by Kathleen Lights. So I'm just going to be taking some of that on my ring finger, just a little bit like that, and just applying it onto my lid. I guess this isn't necessarily as gold as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a little bit more gold. Oh well. And I'm just going to be applying that to my lid. Just doing that again Just applying that to my lid. Hopefully you guys can see that. My contacts are moving. Hate when that happens. Then I'm just gonna take that same blending brush that I put Selfie in the crease in. I'm just gonna kind of go back and blend some of that out just so there isn't any harsh lines. Okay, perfect. So Kerry does have black eyelining, her top her top waterline, there's black, and then I feel like there's brown in her inner waterline. So for that, I'm gonna be taking the NARS Larger Than Life Longwear Eyeliner in Via Vento. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm gonna take my mirror, actually there's a mirror in the NARS blush, and I'm just gonna take that and run it along my top lash line. This isn't as creamy as I thought it was gonna be. It's a little stiff. Maybe my eyelid is just wrinkly. And then I'm just gonna do it to the other side as well, which is kind of a process. Okay, that should be fine. So for the inner brown on the inner waterline, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Cream Gel Eyeliner in the shade Mr. Bing, and this was created in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. She created this because of Chandler Bing from Friends, and I love Friends. So I'm just going to be taking this. This is going to be kind of hard to do with just one hand. I'm just going to be taking that on my inner waterline. Honestly, this probably isn't even going to stay throughout the day, let's be honest, because I have really watery inner corners, really watery lash line. So I might just kind of bring this down a little bit onto my lash line just to, you know, let people know that it was there, even though, oh, you know what I should probably do? Wipe away this powder. I'm gonna wipe away this powder first before I keep trying to apply it. I'm just gonna use the M4 3 to do this. Just wiping away this powder because I didn't think to do that before I started applying eyeliner. So let's just do that first. Okay, good. Now we're just going to apply some more of that on my lower lash line. That should be fine. All right, now we're gonna do it on the other one. Hopefully you guys can see. Just any like brown eyeliner will do. So yeah, Scandal's so good. I love it. This is the first show that I've ever watched that hasn't been completed before. Well, like, that's like on Netflix that I started that hasn't been completed, even though it's almost completed. I just love it. I really do. I see why everyone likes it. So I think this needs a little bit more definition. Right there. Okay. That should be good for the brown eyeliner. I'm going to be using the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 5. I'm just going to be putting that in my brows as per usual. I love this stuff, and I know Benefit recently recalled like some of the batches for it, but this one was definitely not part of that recall batch, so there's no, I'm not worried about it or anything. Yeah, so I'm just kind of looking in the mirror a little bit more. Yeah, everything looks to God. Okay, now we're gonna move on to lips, and Kerry was wearing the Neutrogena like lip gloss thing in the shade Berry Brown, and I don't have that, but I do have the Cargo Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Taos. I believe that's how you pronounce it, T-A-O-S. So I'm just gonna use that because it was the most like replicable thing that I had. So I'm just gonna be applying that on my lips. Oh, this, definitely a very creamy gloss, but the applicator is a little bit flimsy, as you could see there. But that's fine. I got this in my boxy charm, which is pretty cool. So, and her lips like don't look like they have a lot on them, like just a gloss. So, and that makes sense since they said that she went from shooting Scandal to doing this photo shoot, which would have been crazy. Like I would not have been able to handle that. But that's what we're gonna do now. It like, I can't really taste it. Well, I kind of can, but it doesn't taste bad. So now I'm gonna set my face, and you're probably like, whoa, what are you doing? You're forgetting about mascara. Just wait. What I've found out that's helped me is I will set my face with my like setting spray, and then I'll go in and do my mascara, and that helps the transferring. I think just for some reason on me, my mascara transfers if I set it with like a setting spray. So I'm just gonna be going in with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray and just spraying that on my face. And then just kind of drying that onto my face. Just letting that get all in there. And then Francil also used the Neutrogena, let me check what is it called? The Neutrogena Healthy Volume Mascara in Carbon Black. Now I don't have that, but I think the brush and the brush that I had that most replicated that would be the Amply Mascara by Makeup Eraser. And so I'm just going to use that, but only on my top lashes, because I found out that using a dry mascara on my lower lashes will also help with the transferring. So I'm just going to curl my eyelashes with this. And I like to do one eye at a time, because my eyelashes, like, they don't curl, but I mean, whatever. I'm just really trying to get right up on my lash line. So now you can just see the like difference that it created. Not a ton, because my eyelashes don't curl. I kind of want an eyelash perm, but they literally don't offer them in my area. Like, I'd have to go to Sioux Falls probably, or even Kansas City, because I know they do in Kansas City. But, and guys, I live in Watertown, South Dakota, so the nearest MAC store is literally in Minneapolis, which is 4 hours away. I guess I could go to Minneapolis, but honestly I kind of go to Kansas City more. I mean, I've only been to Kansas City twice in my life, but probably gonna go during spring break, so, because I'm going to the University of Missouri. I should do a video on that, why I chose the University of Missouri. Probably will. Okay, so I'm just applying that on my eyelashes, just making sure that everything is on. What the heck am I saying? Making sure that my eyelashes are coated. The one thing that I hate, and you guys probably notice, is I'll talk during a video and then like my sentence will run off and then I'll finish it like 2 seconds later, or like literally more like 10 seconds later. And I hate doing that when I edit. It's so annoying. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara, just the sample size. Now, I don't think this mascara is normally dry, but I've had this for a while, so it is a little bit more dry, so that's why I use it. It's a little bit more dried out, so I can be a little bit more, I guess, messy per se on my lower lash line, and it won't necessarily transfer because it's drier, like I said. Oh my god, I look like a crepey mess, kind of. Matte foundation, I am running out. Not giving me as full coverage as I wanted. And that eyeliner is a little... It's not that creamy, guys. Maybe I should do the old warm it up with a blow dryer trick. Huh. Alright guys, so that is the finished look. So here is Kerry Washington on the November issue of Allure. And here's Makeup by Molliw. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for next month where I'm going to be doing a recreation of the Amber Heard cover. Remember guys, to always just be kind, love yourself. I don't know why I'm saying this, going off on a tangent, but just always, you know, be good. Otherwise, you know, I'll have to handle it. Bye, guys.